He knows he get fucking mayhem.
We need to make him forget everything, so...
Listen to John Kerr Thomas's book and figured it out himself.
You gotta look at it from this perspective. I'm led to believe that Thomas might not even know about half of this shit, because the way Thomas has been hanging out with us recently, you wouldn't even thought for a fucking second that he...
We kidnapped both Jackson and Thomas and made Thomas shoot his own brother.
Set your shit now, y'all. Fuck you, Thomas. Everybody run Thomas over.
No, let's not do that.
Alright, everybody ready.
Roger that.
Alright, taking a right turn in 3, 2, 1, right turn.
The Lost MC's history dates back to the 1960s, but its most credible time was during the 1990s when they established a club in Liberty City, and they ended up waging war with a rival motorcycle club called the Angels of Death. While they had a very short-lived peace during 2008, President Billy Gray ended that short-lived truce with the Angels of Death when he killed a patched member in cold blood. Throughout that year, Billy Gray ended up getting caught by the police and blamed as Vice President Johnny Klebitz, and it ended up causing turmoil within the club, which caused various members of the club to shoot at one another and kill one another. It ended up resulting in Billy's death by the hands of Vice President Johnny Klebitz, who ended up taking the club and taking it over to Los Santos, where he unfortunately met his early demise by a meth dealer who eliminated all of Lost's assets and ended up burying the club as a result. It took a few years for the club to get back together, but over the years, the club ended up seeing various different presidents to take the helm through various different eras, as the club likes to call them. The era of Cota, and the era of Thomas Wells, and the era of Paul Rezanov. Now, the club is led by Levi Smith, who carries the club into 2024.
Nice wheelie, I loved it.
With myself also being in the vice presidency, helping lead the club into a positive and good direction.
We're going to be taking the next left. And right into the shop. Park up.
Sorry, guys.
Everyone, that was a really good.
Oh, we were in a. Like I said, very, very sorry I was indecisive. I didn't have a route plan. This kind of got sprung on me.
I mean, we
It's all
only
good,
missed
man.
a couple turns. No one had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, so I'm going to call that a success.
Every week we're gonna swap it over and see how everyone else does as well. Make sure everyone gets to go out leading.
Oh, good. So I don't have to take the blame all the time.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you do.
no.
It's always
I
going to be
mean,
your fault
you
no matter
could.
what.
Until we get a road captain, we're gonna sort of get everyone familiar with it. Alright, I think 45 minutes until church, right?
Church should have been an hour ago, but
Yeah.
What should it
I
be?
believe
Yeah.
I believe everyone's here that could attend church, so then we could get
Might as well
set
go
up
now. Oh, I gotta go. Thing.
Well, it's been a
But
pleasure,
yeah.
Capone, but we're gonna have to ask you to vamoose now because we're gonna have
Nope.
church. But
Absolutely. All good.
Sexy as Johnny's still behind right here, bro.
alright.
Ain't much, but it's something. Here you go.
That's good, bro. You appreciate that.
Hi.
Give me all your money, bro. Thanks.
All of it? Damn. The club's fucking
Good,
rich
good.
then.
Yo,
Did that work?
I can feel you breathing on my neck, man.
Can you smell my breath?
Very good.
Actually, yeah.
Does
It's
it
not
smell
terrible.
like shit?
No, it's not terrible, actually.
That's surprising. And check my patch.
Yeah, very good, good.
guys, that's fucked up. You're missing a stitch.
Yeah, shut up, Levi. Yeah, I bet yours fucked up.
Nah.
Oh, I was gonna tell her that the reason she was at the back of the pack was so that way we didn't have to stare at her fucking bald patch in the back of her head.
Oh, that's foul,
That's
Johnny.
crazy.
Come on, motherfucker.
Come on,
That's
hey,
cold.
man.
It's cold.
You're an
bro.
asshole.
What the fuck you mean? It's honest.
You got it? All right, time for me to sit at the head of the table, which is where I always sit.
Food's on the floor, guys.
Hey, everyone ready?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Well, first of all, big motherfucker welcome back to Air Fryer. Motherfucker
Welcome
finally
back,
woke
bro.
up.
Yeah.
Welcome back, brother.
Welcome back, man. Oh shit.
Oh, yeah, yo!
Damn, Reggie, I didn't know you feel that way.
I meant to. My bad. Whoops.
It's good seeing you, brother. I'm glad you finally rolled back home and fucking, I know you've done a lot of shit this week as well, so I'm happy enough to hear it once you get to you.
Okay, so the next part of this is a tricky one. One that I don't know how people are going to feel about it. It leads on to other things. So I'll just say it straight out right now. The two things that are going to be brought on the table is Thomas might be looking to come back. His brother basically has spoke to him and he's seen that Thomas really does love the club and he really loves us and he's nudging him in the direction to come back to us. And Thomas is starting to see a lot of positive changes in the club, and what happened with the Reapers, which is what I'm going to get into, sort of made him realise a lot of things that, the Lost never fucked him around and the Lost have been nothing but loyal to him, and this is where he belongs, right? Now I know that some people here might not agree with that statement, but I know that that's where I stand. So I'll get into the story of basically what's happened this week. So me and Airfryer, obviously when we were doing this meth shit with him, Thomas's brother got basically blooded out by the Reapers, and Thomas left the Reapers as a result. Now, something really, really fucking bad happened, where basically Thomas's brother had a book on him, and in that book was coded and encrypted messages and words that allude to. I don't see why I would lie, but at the same time, it perked my interest up a bit. There was a page in there about the Lost and what we do. Now, the book was burned, so we don't know how much information was on this book or on that page. The Reapers have access to that page. So what I'm going to say before I get into it and before anyone speaks, the first thing I'm going to say is we need to speak to the Reapers and we get that page back. The other aspect of this is the book, the rest of it. A cop called, what was his name?
Something Martin.
Oh,
Jack
fucking-
Martin.
Martin?
Martin
Oh,
has access to
no.
the book, and it's in a police evidence locker at the
You fucking
BCSO.
kidding me?
Oh, you fucking serious? My
But
ex
the
has that book?
page in particular about the Lost is with the Reapers.
Jackson had this book. Like, did he write that book?
Yes, he wrote that book.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a fucking dead man. Fuck what anything else, he's fucking dead.
He just put so many so many people in danger. Trust me, my ex is relentless. Oh, this is not good, guys.
So I understand why would he even write this in the first place?
I don't know. I questioned it. They said it's just what they do, right? Now I
It's
understand.
just what they do. It's fucking lovely.
I know
mean,
it's
listen.
fucking stupid. It's a very stupid idea to have these books on hand and shit. I get it, okay? The good aspect in this is the page that had something to do with the Lost is not in the police possession. We are not in danger.
How confident are you he did not already rat or shit out already?
I'm not. I don't really have an opinion on that, really.
Did we just do an overnight church session?
Yes.
It's fucking bright out here. Ugh, son of a bitch. Levi.
Damn, we're in there through the whole night.
We're missing one.
So we had our weekly meeting, and Jackson spoke up asking for a vote to get rid of Nikki, which is our 03. And they were arguing back and forth, and we told them to take their time separated, and Jackson stood up and said, I'm throwing my flag down. And so then after everyone went their separate ways, me, Ivan, drove to Jackson's house with Thomas there with an AK, and we were like, we just want to talk. So we talked to Jackson, and basically since he threw his flag down just like that quickly, I told him that we're going to put him on probation. He said, no, fuck that, I'm out. So we let him out right there, and then we went our separate ways. We came back after that to get our mask from him. It was peaceful to grab the mask. Thomas gave it to us, and then we went on our way. Then later that night, Jackson messages me and Ivan, says he just wants to have a conversation with us. He just wants to talk, that he overreacted. So we met up on the windmill. It was just him. And Ivan and I were there, and he was getting emotional talking to Ivan, and then that's when he brought out a knife and stabbed Ivan right in the stomach. I pulled out a gun, shot Jackson down, and then I left Jackson there, took Ivan to pillbox immediately. Then it was announced that he was in a coma, and then like 30 minutes later we heard that Jackson was in the next room over. And then we like put our ear against the wall to listen, and that's when the cop was talking about this whole big investigation opening up. And we were like, fuck that. And that's when we went in there and held the cop up. I took Jackson with me, and then I took him to his house, where I told him to get in the driveway and get on his knees, and he wouldn't, so I shot him down and threw a Molotov on him, and he burnt half of his face. So if you see him, half of his face is burnt. And then he went into a coma, and then he woke up again last night and found me down at the Vespucci shops and took me and was like, you have my journal, you ripped out that page, where is it? And I was like, I don't have it. He was like, well, what do you plan to do with that? And I was like, I'm 100% going to give that to the Lost. Because that's, to protect what we have. And he ended up apologizing, saying that he didn't want this. He begged me for mercy. And then we went separate ways, and then Ivan found him later that night and carved the Reapers onto his chest, stabbed him with a switchblade, and left the switchblade in his chest and left him there. And that's the last time we saw Jackson.
Why does he write this shit down? What the fuck's that about?
He told me when he grabbed me yesterday that he writes stuff down in his journals because he's very forgetful. So he writes it down because he's a forgetful person. But no matter what, he should have never written that shit down.
So from what I read on that page, doesn't sound like it's for a forgetful person. To me, that sounds like he wrote it down to potentially create a fucking Rico case in the whole city, bro. That's what it looks like. And I'm not going to be straight up and honest. That's, to me, reading that page alone confirms that he was writing down for purely on information purposes. Not
Yeah,
because
anything that he
forgetting.
got.
But like I said, if you guys are telling the truth about the fact you only withheld information between the table what you get for business, then that leads me to believe you got that information from Thomas.
I 100% believe that he got that information from Thomas.
That sergeant absolutely has it in for the law.
No, there's something. This is something that I need to say to you all. Jackson lied directly to both mine and Airfryer's face. Because he said he wrote in encrypted words.
Where
He
what?
wrote-
What? I didn't see it. What did the
It
note say?
says the law
In plain English.
in plain English, in massive letters.
And that.
Would you mind me
Unless,
looking at it?
unless they fucking wrote that. They fucking wrote that to try and frame his ass. Because they want him fucking gone. And they don't want to be the ones to do it and catch a fucking murder rap. Think about that.
Jackson was talking to the cops.
Is he a fucking rat?
No, hear me out.
No.
Jackson was talking to the cops, and that's when they walked in on the investigation, and then they shot
The
cop.
way, Fred, the way I understood the story was Jackson ended up in the hospital
Yep, that's
because of whatever happened with him and
And then
Ivan.
they took him out of the hospital. They literally grabbed him from the bed. And I'm saying that the Reapers
It's
did.
honestly, it's
The
I
Reapers
think the
did.
cop
because if
went through
he-
the book and he wasn't talking to the cop. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm under the very firm belief that Jackson just lied to us directly to our faces despite everything we just did. And I think he pushed Thomas to join us so that we can't go after his brother. I think this has all been planned. It makes so much fucking sense now.
Didn't I say that? Him pushing
He
him to join the
pushed
law so
Thomas
he
and he had an
protected?
hour-long conversation. Why would he have a 1-hour conversation? He was pushing Thomas to
Protected. He
join it so
knows.
that he can't be attacked. And Jackson's now all of a sudden wanting to go legal. Doesn't that scream anything to you guys?
Fucking
He's a
kill
fucking
Jackson first
fed.
then, little fucking rat.
Jackson's a
Even if
cop.
Thomas was part of,
You can.
If
you
we
can
go after
say as-
Jackson, Thomas will go after us. They both have to
Fine.
go.
yep, that's the issue.
But now we need to play it safe, right? We need to make sure that we don't even know a fucking lick about this to Thomas and Jackson. I know where they live. We both
Me
need
too,
to
I
go
want that.
there, and we're
Yeah,
gonna
me as
have
well.
to put them both down. I'm not gonna take any pleasure in
Then
doing
get
any
these
of that.
fucking books. Let's get these goddamn books that their dumbasses had to write. Burn them.
I'm
and then
gonna-
Well,
let
the
I'm
them
cop,
go.
gonna-
the cop
we-
has the other book. I mean, I know where he lives,
But the cop
also need
knows
to-
about
his
it.
house.
He already knows
also
about
need-
us.
We also need to find Jack as well. We need to make him forget everything that he saw.
Well, like I said, I know where Jack lives. So.
I know where Jackson and Thomas live. Both me and Airfryer know.
I know as well. Just circle back. How do we know that Thomas also writes these things down?
He told me himself.
He said so.
You both heard him say that?
Yes.
Does it screams so much sense to me. Jackson wants to go legal. He's got a fucking massive criminal record. What if he wanted to make a plea deal to get his fucking record clean? That he gives over all the information that he fucking
What about-
knows.
Just spitballing here. Would it hold any weight if we kidnapped both Jackson and Thomas and made Thomas shoot his own brother?
Thomas wouldn't do it.
He won't
There's
do
no
it.
way.
He even said
There's
to
no
us.
way.
He even said to us that his brother is his life. He will never do
I'm-
anything to put his brother
I'm
in
also.
Well, when he's
I'd
faced with
also-
this,
danger. Yeah.
Shit, Jackson could have gone through Thomas's book and figured it out himself.
Yeah, there's nothing
Maybe.
stopping him from finding that.
That's also true. That could also be. Then
You gotta look at it from this perspective. I'm led to believe that Thomas might not even know about half of this shit because the way Thomas has been hanging around with us recently, you wouldn't even thought for a fucking second that he would have any assumption on you like this.
Do you
We need
truly
to-
think he thought it was encrypted?
I think
this page.
I think Jackson is not being honest, and I think that he's been pushing his brother to try and join back in with us so that he's protected.
So he can cover his own
Yeah,
ass.
It just didn't make sense to me why, his brother would just be, pushing Thomas, like, so deliberately to try and join back.
Oh, before I go, you want me to give you a little address?
Yeah. Can you write that down? Write it on a piece of paper for me.
I want to say that it's right around there.
Oh, BJ.
Oh my God, that's literally where we found him.
Well, there that proves it then.
Yes, we found him at that house, that
So-
exact house.
But again, what do you mean found? Like you were just down there and
He called up Thomas, and we went with Thomas to go pick him up. He was
Right.
literally at that house.
Was it like a two-story looking apartment?
Yes, with a staircase.
And he
going up.
went in the bottom.
Yeah, he was at the bottom
That's
of
his
the
house.
staircase.
That's his house.
Holy shit!
I mean, it's actually bigger on the inside, and his garage is in the back alley. But
No, that was it. Oh my fucking God. That's it. That's everything we need.
he's a complete rat.
Fuck! With the scare of the cops looming over our clubhouse and all of our assets, we decided that we needed to hide and move all of our stuff out of the clubhouse and out of all of the harm's way. We ended up doing some deals to prepare for the worst. We needed to get some weaponry, we needed to make sure that we were armed and ready for a police response if this investigation went the way we didn't want it to go. We ended up having a meeting with someone called Big Hawk, a notorious crime underworld boss who gave us a little insight on how we should respond to these events.
So we basically, in hindsight, we are kind of in lockdown in the sense of preparing for anything that the cops may be looking at, just in case the cops have an investigation open up on us. That being said, at the moment in time, we might be seizing any opportunity for business for the future for a while.
Well, let me speak frank here, if I will. Is
Yeah.
your boy over here trustworthy with the hat?
Yes,
I'm the VP.
everyone's in this room is trustworthy.
Who am I talking with over there? Miss A?
Brian McKellen.
Brian, that's what we heard about. We got Levi, Brian, and Jared.
John.
John.
John! Fuck! I'm fucking 2 out of 3 ain't bad, man. Alright?
Yeah, you're close
Pretty
enough.
good, pretty good.
Now, I'm hearing you guys have some pushback on a possible maybe, is that what you're saying?
As a possible maybe, yeah. We're not guaranteed. We're just taking precautions.
Yeah, I've had some scares recently as well. But the thing is what you pushing, you ain't pushing. Worry no burden. Our connections, our ties, they're liquid tight, and if not, it's all on me.
We're not worried at the fact you don't know how to handle your business, because I sure as hell I know for the fact you do. You know how to do your shit amazingly, you know. It's the fact is with this whole incident that we have had recently, the police might be investigating us. Obviously we don't want to lose what we've got, right?
It's also more like if there is eyes on us, we don't want any eyes going on anyone we're working with either.
That too.
I appreciate the paranoia, because I am also one of sins like mine. But there's one thing you cannot let them cops do is stop your production, okay? Makes no sense. If the guns ain't coming out there, then you know what they're gonna think? We did it. Regardless if it affects me or not. No need to worry. I'll make sure you're always fed. Always have, always will. Alright, I'll make sure everyone got what they need. There ain't no way I won't, right?
What do you think, then, Brian?
Yeah, you make a good point.
There's always enough to go around, I promise you. Alright, the loss, you know, we might not have always seen eye to eye back in the day, but I feel like that's behind us.
Oh yeah, that's way behind. This is a new era. I don't let the past trouble anything from my club. I'll look always towards the future.
Hey, I agree. I feel there's always there's a way around things, man. All right. If something happens to one of my associates, you don't think I'm gonna try and you know, bend some elbows.
Yeah, I mean,
get
yeah,
made up.
I appreciate that. I'm just letting you know you're the first group we've talked to about the situation what we're currently facing. I just want you guys to keep your heads in the swivel moving forward, just in case of anything, you know.
No, we've experienced, I think, some of your paranoia as well. With
Okay.
police officers and person like
Oh, this is not paranoia. That's just straight facts.
I feel it the same on our end. All right, but I always try to say paranoia because I have that. All right.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Side effect.
Yeah, like I said, we don't know what else is in that book, but we know for sure our name was mentioned, so don't know who else is in that book.
Well, maybe some people we can make disappear. Okay. That's
Good.
also
But trust me, when we find this guy, he's going to disappear for life.
Everybody's
see
worried if fucking
Thomas
Thomas
and
and his brother are at the
gonna be
wedding.
there. You don't know
Yeah.
Thomas is going to be officiating the wedding.
Hey, don't tell him about the thing.
The thing.
Yeah, with the guy. Don't.
Guy.
Oh, you left your guy. Where
If you enjoyed this and you want to see more, feel free to give us a subscribe, leave a comment, and also be sure to check out some new Synapse content coming soon.